This is Manish Nigam, and in this video I will explain you the chapter The Address from your book Snapshot. The second chapter it is. This chapter is actually explaining about a war victim, a girl who is a Jew, and you all know in class 9th and 10th you would have read that how the Nazis, the Germans, treated with the Jew people. This family, the mother and the daughter, Mrs. S and her daughter. The main character is the daughter. So they are living there in Holland. It is a war time, the Second World War. It erupted. And what happened that the family had to just give away or leave their belongings to someone else, and that someone else was Mrs. Dole, who lived in Marconi Street, house number 46. And this is the address, Marconi Street, house number 46. This was the address that the girl remembered. And this address was told to her by her mother, Mrs. S, before her death, before the war started, the Second World War. So now what happened that this lady, Mrs. Doling, she was supposed this to be a neighbor. She started coming to Mrs. S house, and she assured Mrs. S that she would keep all her possession, all her expensive belongings, even the cutlery or the Hanukkahs or the other expensive item that she had. She was very rich, fabulously rich lady she was. So she assured that I will keep all those belongings with me, and when the things are all normalized, when the things are all okay, I will return them back to you. As far as the girl is concerned, the main character, she had gone to take part in the war. And when she returned back, in the mid of the war, sorry, I missed one part here. In the mid of the war, when she returned back, she discovered that some of the things from the house were missing. And she inquired her mother, Mama, where are those things? Where are those belongings? So mother said that they are with Mrs. Dole, and she is taking all those for safety purpose. Later on she will return it back. The daughter asked, Mama, have you got any agreement that she would return it back? So Mama got annoyed and she said, oh God, what are you saying? Do you want a gentle lady to give that assignment or give that agreement? No, it will be like an insult to her. When the war was over, she returned back, and now she wanted to see those things which actually belonged to her mother. And she wanted to see them, feel them, touch them, feel their presence. So she reached to the address which was given to her. What was the address? Marconi Street, 46, Mrs. Dole. So she reached to the address, and your chapter starts with this. She reached to the address, knocked the bell, rang the bell. A lady opened the door, and she said, I am Mrs. S' daughter. I have come here to collect my belongings. I was given this address. So the lady who had hid herself behind the door, and she had opened the door half a bit, okay? It was not completely opened. So she said, no, I don't know who you are. First she said that I don't know who you are. But she was wearing a knitted cardigan, a woolen jacket, a woolen sweater. And that was of Mrs. S actually. The daughter who was standing there at the door, she recognized that this cardigan is of my mother. She was trying to hide it. And then she put forward a question, have you returned back? There is a big meaning behind this line. Have you returned back means those who had gone to take part in the war did not come back. They had not come back. They all were killed. So So now this lady was astonished that how this girl could return back. So now she refused to identify, she refused to recognize. She said, "No, I don't know who you are." Girl thought that I might have mistaken, I might have gone to the wrong address. But after seeing the cardigan, after seeing the nameplate on the door, Marconi Street, house number 46, Mrs. Dowling, she was confirmed that yes, it is the right address. But she could do nothing. She just left the place. Now she was returning back to the railway station and she could see the outside of the place. Everything was normal. That when the bread and butter was easily available, people could sleep well, people could live happily, there was freedom, there was liberation, and that's why she wanted to have her belongings. Now you may ask the question, why she wanted those things back? She wanted those things back because those things were associated with her mother. It was related with her mother. Understand? So she wanted to feel them, touch them, feel their presence. Now she reached to the station, then she realized that better I should go again, and she returned back to Mrs. Dowling's house again. This is the second visit. This time when the door was knocked, when the bell was rung, a daughter of 14 or 15 years, she opened the door, she welcomed her and she said that Mama is not at home, she has gone for some work to the market, she would come back soon, please come in. And she took the girl to her room, living room, drawing room you can say. And the girl, when she entered into the house, she first saw the Hanukkah. Hanukkah is actually the candle holder. She never used that when it was in her house because it was very heavy. It was difficult to carry. So she had never used it. So she saw the Hanukkah. She was offered a chair to sit. She sat there and there was a tablecloth. On the tablecloth was there. And she recognized that it was the same tablecloth that they were using. So she remembered that there was a burnt mark on that tablecloth. She started searching that burnt mark. The girl was preparing tea. She said that I am preparing tea for my mother. Would you like to have it? The girl said, yeah, I will. And she offered the tea, the tray, the cup, the spoon, the cutlery, whatever item the girl was presenting before the narrator, everything belonged to her. Understand? Now the girl, there is one line written in the chapter that I was in the place I knew and I did not know. Because the things which were they were kept there were all in a very disturbed way, disturbed manner. The smell, the foul smell of the house, that filthy arrangement of the things, they were thrown here and there, scattered, because she remembered how beautifully her mother kept all those things, how she managed all those things. So she was disappointed after seeing the situation of all her possession, all her belongings. So she said that I was in the midst of the things which I knew and I did not know. I knew means those things belonged to me, they are actually mine, but I cannot claim them, I cannot own them. And the second point is that she actually found those things in a very bad way, in a very bad manner. She was disappointed. After some time she realized that, oh my God, it is my train's time, I must catch my train. So she just jumped up and said that, come on, I would leave now, please let me go. The girl, she said, would you not like to meet my mother? She is just about to come, she would come soon. So the narrator said, no, thank you, I will not. And she just left the house. You may ask a question, why did she decide that she would not take her belongings? The reason is there. This may come in your question paper. Why did she decide to leave the place, or why did she decide to forget the address? She decided to forget the address because now she realized that those things are associated with her past, that is of her mother. The mother is not there, means those things are of no use to her. And the second point that you can remember, that the place where she lived in a rented house, a small cottage. And in that small cottage, there was no space, there was no place where all those things could be set, all those things could be fitted. That's why she realized that I would forget the address, I will not claim for those things. And my dear children, the chapter is complete. Hope this lesson, this video will be helpful to you. Thank you and God bless.